close till I get up. Time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left. The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah, no, I don't wanna waste what's left. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go. Finding life along the way, melodies we haven't played. No, I don't want no rest. Echoing around these walls, fighting to create a song. I don't wanna miss a beat. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go. We'll grow in number, fueled by them to see the horizon, turn us to thousands. And we'll grow in number, fueled by them to see the horizon, turn us to thousands. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go.
Open eye, feel the waves cut through me, hypnotized by the sounds I'm breathing in. Hold tight, chemicals collide. Hold tight, hold tight, hold tight. Dripping lights paint the skies, all because of you. Dripping lights paint the skies, only you can make me move. You can make me move. Can make me move. You can make me move. Can make so alive, make it last forever. Stop in time, yeah, I'm surrendering. Hold tight, chemicals collide. Hold tight, hold tight, hold tight. Dripping lights paint the skies, all because of you. can make me move, can make me move, yeah. You can make me move, can make me.
Like you, be strong to hold the powers of the sun. To dream, believe in strength. Now I'm the only one, only one. I was an ordinary boy.
Good afternoon, everybody. How are we doing today? Is everyone feeling all right from last night? Is a lot. I actually can't stop thinking about it, really, myself. I'm still struggling a little bit with last night. It was a lot. Quite a rough one last night. Hope everyone is doing okay. Exactly right. I agree. It's exactly what I'm thinking too. Yeah, that was a lot. Same with you. Yeah. Hello, everybody. I hope you're doing well. Hi, Miss Potty Mouth, if you're still here. Have they got the parents yet? No. They, however, do have a warrant for both of them because of everything that was going on yesterday being so much, right? So much involved with Talon that I did not end up covering this. I didn't even realize, right, that it had happened. And it seemed like there was no updates. But then I see today and I'm like, whoa, we absolutely need to make sure that we stay up to date with this. For sure. Hey, NY. Good afternoon. Ramblin'. Hey, hope for better news today. Right, exactly. Ugh, golly, can it get worse? I mean, that was bad. I do have a little update on his situation, right, on the yesterday's case. So, let me find that really quick for you. Hold on one moment. Okay, let me bring you guys over. Yes, I was muted, so it probably had a weird pause just then. But hello, Steph. How are you today? Hello on the rocks. Good afternoon. And Rhonda, hello. How are you today? How's it going? I hope you're doing well. Spread love, not hate. How are you? I still really like that name a whole lot. Hey, Ellie. Hi, Jingles. Good to see you. Hey, Lone Wolf. How are you? Good afternoon. Good to see you. I mean, as much seeing as I'm doing with my broken eyes, right? Connie, hello. Good afternoon. Nice to see you. Hi, Kay. Good afternoon. Hello, Patricia. If I missed any of you, I'm super sorry. I do not mean it. I'm pretty sure I got to say hi. Hello to everybody else that's here, but doesn't comment. Hello, hello. I hope you're doing well today. Okay, so I should have you over here with JB. So he put out just a little tiny up. Yeah, I gotta drop that. Okay, I'm glad I came and looked. All right, so let me take this off the screen so you can actually see what I'm talking about. All right, so JB put out just a little update. Um, okay, so he added this photo again, right, of him in the car seat, and then said, update, Thomas, right, his father, remains in the hospital, but soon he's expected to be formally charged and booked into a Pinellas jail upon his release. And the police say that he will face murder charges in the deaths of the 2-year-old and his mother. Thank goodness for that. I know. It's crazy. I don't get what's going on in my eyes, really. I feel like I'm taking care of them, but yeah, so that's good, right? He's still at the hospital. I mean, that's pretty crazy to me. That I mean, think about other cuts, scrapes, scratches, whatnot that you would get. You go in, they sew you up, right? If that's what's needed. They sew you up and they send you on your way. The fact that he had to stay as long as he has is really interesting. Now, I'm not adopting this theory. However, I did hear a theory last night. Let me know what you guys think. I'm not. But people were wondering if the reason he had so many cuts, right, deep cuts on his arms and hands, was that it was when he was that basically he encountered an alligator, is what people are trying to say. Again, I don't I can't adopt that. I don't think so. I really don't. Personally, and I'll say trigger warning, right? Personally, I think that he just threw him. I think he just threw him in there and took off. I don't think he stuck around. I sure don't. Nope. Also, what else I heard was apparently everybody that lives in that area is well informed that that specific lake is the most populated with alligators. It has the heaviest population of alligators in that lake, in that area, right? And that it's well known, and so that's pretty upsetting, really. That kind of makes me angry. The whole thing, it's just freaking awful. The cuts came from stab. I agree with you. Jingles, yep, that's exactly what I think. Check blood sugar with autoimmune issues. Yeah, I mean that would, you know, yeah, yeah. I don't know what's going on with my eyes. It's bad. When you get in the hospital, cuts, they are going to keep you see if you're suicidal. Ugh. I mean, I'm also curious. What excuse did he use when he went walking in? Right? What did he say happened to him? Right? I got in a fight with a person, a man, but I don't know who it was. I mean, I don't even know if it was that severe. What kind of story did you even tell? At this point, obviously, they are well aware of the allegations. Um, this case, in my opinion, the dad attempted. Okay, that was another thing. I can't believe I did it, you guys, but I did turn on JLR last night. It was already ended, but he was outside of the house that Thomas lived at. I'm assuming with his mother, right? And somebody tried saying, and he didn't even believe it either, but somebody tried saying that somebody went into the house and succeeded at taking their life, and that's why the police were there. No, 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 no. I don't even know why they came up with that story, why they were trying to feed that to JLR. Very weird altogether, but no, absolutely not. Um, oh, maybe it's a stakehold. Yeah, that would make sense. Yeah, if I missed an answer. Connie, you're so sweet. You're very kind. If I'm not in chat, glad you're all here. Thanks on the rocks. We're happy that you're here. Live chat reminder. Yes, I think I did that. Yes, I did. Hi, Cece. How are you today? He probably said that he cut himself trying to. The gator down here are very aggressive right now. They're just coming out of hibernation with the warm weather. Warm. Oh, wow. Mating season, and they're hungry. Oh my gosh. You guys, I don't know if any of you have had like this realization because I was in shock last night, right? It just got dumped on us with like no warning. I mean, it was a lot. But I've been thinking, do you have any idea? It's a terrible situation, but how lucky this situation turned out to be, right? Because if they were a couple minutes later, he would, and this is trigger warning again, he would have been gone. They would have searched for him and he just would have been missing, missing, missing. They never would have found him, having no idea that he had been consumed, right? Like, oh my gosh. I just, and the way that they worded it, that he was intact, tells me that it should be all right at the medical examiners. For them to see the difference between a bite from an alligator versus any other damage. Say, obviously, Thomas had a knife at some point. So if he stabbed him, they're going to see a difference between puncture wound from an alligator tooth versus a knife, or if he like, cut his neck, something like that. Right. Thank you so much, Ellie. And so I think that they're going to be able to find the cause in manner just fine with him, even with having, you know, been found in the alligator's mouth. But I'm so thankful that they got him. Oh my gosh. And I just cannot imagine the living in nightmare that the family is going through. Ah, my gosh. My heart goes out to them. I mean, that's horrific. Absolutely horrific. You're always here, but you prefer to listen. Yeah. It could be all the screen time affecting my eyes. Ramblin', it really could. I know. I know it. I know it. Ugh, it's weird though. Nursing you. No, I love that. Hey, Under Your Scars. Good afternoon. I know. Yeah, what happened to me? JLR, Reds? Did I hit my head? I know. I couldn't believe it myself. Um, oh, a guy that hunts gators talked about it. Okay. Hey, Mama Moon. Good afternoon. Heard that he was outside the house. The man is disgusting. Listen, he asked if I believe it was the uncle to Thomas wanted to do an interview. The man told him for $5,000. He said, "You're making money. I need to make money too." So he said he wanted JLR to pay him $5,000 for an interview. And JLR later said he'd be willing to pay 100, but he didn't even think the man would be honest. And as it was, the guy was, or very much denying that his nephew had anything to do with any of it, right? Because I mean, it's true, right? You can't prove at this point he has been convicted, So, it's exactly what the psychiatrist when it comes in with cats like that. There. Okay, right. You were in shock as well. Ugh, sorry, I'm so far up in the chat. I believe he's gone when he went into the water. I think so too. If he'd been alive, he would have got him sooner. I agree with that. Yeah. Yep. I totally agree. You heard they followed a blood trail. Oh, I don't know that the trail would have made it that far. I don't know. They said based off of their how did the police word it? Off of their abilities, their skills. What was it? Seemed as though electronics possibly could have been involved. I thought is kind of how I took it. I say that the gator was likely going somewhere to bury the little boy. Oh my gosh, I hate it. I hate all of it. Tony, what's up? Hey, I was thinking about you yesterday. I saw somebody else with the name Tony, and it made me think of you. Hope you've been all right. Do law enforcement treat alligators the same way they treat dogs? Do they put down an alligator after a gator encounters a human like they do with a dog attack. Yes, as far as I know, they do, because I've heard other ones actually in Florida where a gator attacked a man that was golfing. He went to go get his golf ball and he got attacked. They were then hunting for that alligator. And then another one was an elderly person got attacked or killed by a gator, and they also put that one down. So if alligators are aggressive in attacking humans, say golf course, they do put them down. Yes. Now, that's not like a professional answer, just a me answer, but based off of cases that I've looked into, that is what they have done. Gators only eat so often and they hide food. Ugh. I saw today, you guys know what a kimono is? Anyone know what a kimono is? Kimono dragon is really the full name. He would have been gone if they would have 5 minutes later, and he would have never been found. Oh my gosh, I know it. I know it. Um, Sick people in our world, and it's getting worse. Yeah. Do you know if you could call feeding the alligator, you go to jail for what? Wow. I'm coming down closer, you guys. I'm getting there. I'm getting there. We're on our way. I was saying possible dad's blood. Oh, see, I was worried, thinking maybe the reason that they held him for so long, is because of the amount of blood loss that he's had, because the wounds were so bad. That was my thought of why they kept him, but I really don't know. It is electronic. That's what I thought too. I agree. Jingles were on the same page today. They showed the press release. One reporter asked a very dumb question, and everyone is saying, "Oh, was it JLR? Nah, I don't. Oh, I hope not. That was a stupid question. I can't believe it got asked. Honestly, what a I can't." And then the fact that they said what, and the person answered a second time, dared ask the same dumb question. Like, one, that's really insensitive, and two, what a moron. Why? I mean, I can't believe it. I couldn't. When they, like, what was it like? What was the reaction? What do you think the reaction was? Are you kidding me? I mean, what is our reaction just hearing about it? We weren't even there to see it or have to deal with the situation. Ugh, awful. Gosh, it makes me so upset. Terrible, terrible. All right, so let me find right here for you guys. So no, you guys are not familiar with a kimono dragon. Actually here. Do I have anywhere to write? Not really, but that's okay. Here we go. So this, I learned about them when I was younger. I was at like DC, Washington, DC or something, and we were at a zoo. And I guess that was like really what my brother wanted to see was a kimono dragon. Anyway, I was like, no thanks. No, thank you. Okay. I don't know if any of you are like into, I don't know if any of you are into lizardy type things. I personally am not, but let me find something for you guys here. I mean, they're all like put on by these weird videos, by these weird channels and stuff. I just cannot handle. Personally, I mean, if you guys could tell my opinion, I'm not a fan actually of them. Not personally. Um, Wild animal stories. Is that what we're gonna go with? Maybe. The problem is trying to find something that's not going to be bad to show you guys. Because, like, honestly, this is terrible. 45 horrible moments when kimono dragon attack. It looks like a little baby piglet is about to be attacked. I mean, it's disgusting. Like, oh, I can't handle it. I just can't. Okay, BBC Earth. Yeah? Here we go. I'll show you this. This looks like it's not going to be bad. But you're going to get to see what it is. I can't handle it, you guys. Okay, so anyway, the point of why I even bring it up is it accidentally showed me as I was going through stuff today, it popped up about a Komodo dragon. My computer is lagging. Sorry about that. Eating a deer while it was alive, and I'm like, don't show me things like that. Don't do it. This is a Komodo dragon. It's real. It exists. It's real life. I'm telling you, it's like you wouldn't even think something like this exists, but it does. It does.
I think you might want to back up a little bit there, Gray. As opportunists, these lizards will try and eat anything they think they can get away with, even occasionally people. It seems the pickings around the guides' huts must be pretty good, because there are loads of dragons here, and they're big. So these
You guys, it's like the size of a dog. I mean, they're huge. They're ginormous. And like I said, I'm not going to show you the horrific stuff, but all you got to do is type them in and you will see the things that they're doing. It's frightening. I would freak out if I ever saw one in real life.
These are Komodo dragons,
Look at their
the
claws.
largest lizards on Earth, and just extraordinarily broad, powerful. Okay, big fella, it's all right. It's okay. Don't want to move quickly because that could trigger a predatory response.
Yeah, it will try to even attack and eat human. Like what? It's wild, y'all. I'm telling you. I mean, no thanks. No, no, no. Either way, that disrupted my I was researching today and doing different things, and man, I saw that and I was like, that just you just messed me right up. But anyway, yeah, this is the animal my brother really wanted to see at the zoo, and I wanted nothing to do with it. I didn't want anything to do with it. So anyway, I just thought I'd tell you a little random side story that means absolutely nothing to what we're talking about. But I'm going to take you guys over here to the press conference. So, okay, ready? We're going to have the press conference, and then you're going to hear them talk about it in the press conference. They mention pictures of the dig that they did, and then so I will show you the photos after. I mean, honestly, I could probably like pop them up on the screen at the same time. Really, I'll do that. I'll try to do that for you. But regardless, I'll play it after for sure, or show you after. You could see exactly what they're talking about with that. So I just want to give you a heads up that, you know, you don't got to go searching for it. I have it for you. Hey, Stone Gator, how are you today? Good afternoon. I once saw a water buffalo bitten by a dragon and it followed the animal for days until, oh my goodness. And why? That's wild. Hey, Patricia. Thanks for the reminder. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Um, just a bite can kill you. Yes, what's in their mouth is disgusting, y'all. I don't think they're the ones that, maybe they are. One of those lizards, maybe that one, they store like food and stuff and they let it, it's really gross. So trigger warning on just like grossness. They let it rot with the intention to, you know, kill others or whatever they got to do. They're yucky. They don't bother you much. Oh, Mama Moon, bless you. Bless you. Better you than me, for sure. Okay, I will be quiet. I'll play it. If you have any questions, let me know. I only like the gift shop at the zoo. Lake candies or trinkets. You don't good with wildlife? No. I do like the little trinket and gift shop area of zoos. I do. I really do. What's with it? Stone Gator? Great question. I don't know. It was something that I saw today, and it was something I just talked about. I don't know. Alligator maybe made me think of it. And so I asked if anybody knew what a Komodo dragon was. And well, that's where we ended up. Just a little ADHD, you know, pit stop real quick. Love wildlife, yeah. I love to see the animals, but I also feel very bad that they have that life. Now, some of them I know it can be good because they didn't have any other option, and so it actually did save their life. But there's others that are held captive that didn't need to be. So I'm very, I have a pull on that. You know, squirrel for sure under your scars. Squirrel, like really bad. Yes, true. I forgot to take my medicine. I literally just took it when I was starting the stream. So bear with me, you guys. I'm sorry.
Appreciate everybody coming up here. First and foremost, I have a lot of people that I need to acknowledge and thank. My team has worked tirelessly for very long hours since this investigation began. Our detectives, patrol officers, and supervisors have made this case the priority that it deserves. Our partner agencies include Alliance for Children, the Texas Rangers, Euless Police Department, Colleyville Police, Grapevine Police, Mansfield Police, the White Settlement Police Department, the FBI, the United States Secret Service, Texas EquiSearch, and even more that I can't even list at the moment. They've all been instrumental in assisting our public safety team, and I thank you so very much for the support and the teamwork. I want to take everybody back real quick to how this investigation started and provide the current status of the case. On March 20th, our patrol team responded to the 3700 block of Wisteria Drive to conduct a welfare check at the request of the Texas Department of Family and Protective Services, CPI Division. Specifically, they requested that we check the welfare of 6-year-old Noel Rodriguez-Alvarez. The mother, Cindy Rodriguez-Singh, who was on scene at the time, provided what we now know as misinformation, that Noel was staying with family in Mexico. Unbeknownst to our team, Cindy had other plans to vacate the United States 2 days later on March 22nd. She boarded a plane at DFW Airport with her husband, Arshdeep Singh, and 6 of her children, ranging in ages from 5 months to 11 years old. Noel was not with them. There were no warrants or anything that would have kept her or kept them from leaving on their own accord at the time that they boarded the airplane. Obviously, we did not know this was their plan until fully realized a few days later. As more details emerged, we determined that the house where the family had been staying at had a concrete porch recently poured and was paid for by Cindy. What made this stand out to our investigative team is that Cindy, nor the rest of the family, owned the property. It's not normal to conduct this type of construction at a residence that you do not own. As more tips came in and investigators worked each one, it became apparent that the concrete porch became a focal point of the investigation in investigating Noel's whereabouts. On March 30th, our investigative team obtained a search warrant to search the entire property where the family lived. The search of the property revealed several items to support us in the investigation. And in an effort to be as thorough and meticulous as possible, human remain detection canines and other specialized equipment was utilized to assist with the search. Although the canines did not positively alert anywhere on the property, a ground-penetrating radar detected an anomaly under the concrete patio. This indicated the possible presence of unknown objects, and the decision was then made to conduct a dig at that site, and we are sharing some photos of that process with you today. Ultimately, our teams did not locate any evidence as a result of that dig that would lead us to finding Noel. We have obtained arrest warrants for Cindy Rodriguez-Singh and Arshdeep Singh for abandoning or endangering a child, which is a second-degree felony in the state of Texas. We are in the process of working with our federal partners and locating these fugitives. We will continue to fight for Noel. This investigation has been difficult for Noel's family, including the siblings, father, grandparents, and other family members. In an effort to help us locate Noel, we are asking anyone who has had any personal interaction with Noel in the last year to call the Everman Police Department at 817-293-2923 or email us at tips@evermantx.net. If anyone wishes to remain anonymous, they can also call the Tarrant County Crime Stoppers, and that number is 817-469-8477. We are truly concerned about Noel's physical and medical well-being, along with the safety of his siblings in India. As this is still going on, as this is still an ongoing investigation with many unanswered questions, I'll be limited in the responses that I can provide, but I'll be happy to take some questions right now.
Chief, you said you were looking for anybody who had information that had seen him in the past year. I know previously you thought in November that last time it was confirmed someone saw him. Have you widened that, or is it still November that you have a last?
I think I've mentioned in our previous statements, we're trying to be as thorough as we possibly can be and really harden that timeline down. We're obviously going to go further back than the anticipated timeline that we've been looking at, but we're still looking at the same timeline that was initially anticipated.
Chief, Mr. Parsons tended to think that Noel is with family in Mexico, maybe extended family. Have you exhausted everything in looking for him in Mexico?
Yeah, so we've had contact with him in Mexico for many days. We've talked to the father and have had several conversations with the father. And he has shared, even by calling us, he's calling us on a regular basis, sharing that he's concerned for the whereabouts of Noel. He wants to know where he's at. He wants to know updates on the investigation. That doesn't sound like a father that has his son. It sounds like a father who's concerned. So, we have no reason to doubt that. Now, obviously, we're continuing to work with our federal partners, and we'll engage in those kind of foreign affairs because that's going to be a little bit outside of our venue. But we are satisfied with where we're at and what we're stating at this point.
With the research team being here now, are they focusing on specific areas you all maybe have pinpointed that might be of an area of interest?
Sure. So we have expanded out just as an abundance of caution and to be as thorough and meticulous as possible, right? We don't want to leave any stone unturned in this case. So we have expanded that out. Now, with that being said, I want to be very clear. To this day, we still don't have any evidence that would suggest that Noel's deceased. So I just want to be clear there that we are still pursuing every avenue possible with this investigation. And again, just checking off those boxes as we go along, making sure we're not missing anything. Yeah.
About this newly poured concrete porch, obviously spent a lot of time on that. Can you talk about how much time and exactly what type of, technology was used?
Yeah, so I can tell you about the technology that was used. I don't want to go into the time frame because it's still an ongoing investigation and it may wind up being a part of that. But the equipment that was utilized obviously was the human remains detection canines. And then we utilized a ground penetrating radar. So it's a plate that essentially goes over the ground and detects any sort of anomalies within the ground that wouldn't normally be there otherwise.
The shed in the back.
Sure.
The condition that it's in today, is that due to the search or is that how it was when you guys arrived?
Yeah, so, we've got warrants for their arrest for abandoning and endangering a child, and the conditions of the home are a part of that warrant. So I don't want to go into detail as to the specific condition of the home prior to. I've got to leave that to the investigation right now.
Can you tell me if it was as messy as it is? I was in there today, and it's pretty bad.
So I can tell you that our investigators were thorough. How about I put it that way? Does that help? Our investigators were very thorough with their search, but I can't go into specific conditions prior to us going in as that's part of the investigation on the charge.
Your request to the FBI, you said actually resulted in you now being actively involved or partnered with them. Talk about that.
Yeah, so the FBI is now that a warrant has been issued, the FBI is stepping up and willing to help us, and we are partnering with them on this front. Obviously, they're going to be more well-versed and have more capability than we do on the international front. In addition to that, it's also opened up some other opportunities with other federal agencies that are helping us out. So we're getting a lot of help and support from all the federal agencies, not just the FBI, but several others as well.
So we knew about the misdemeanor warrant for Cindy.
Sure.
Today you're mentioning Arch as well. So has that escalated past, as far as the status of the warrant, is it now a felony warrant?
Yes, yeah, it's a second-degree felony. Yeah, it's abandoning or endangering a child, and it is a second-degree felony. We have warrants for both Cindy and Archie.
So are they officially considered fugitives?
Yes.
And then also with the other children that she has right now in her custody, they have different fathers. Are those fathers also cooperating in this?
We've been in communication with all the family, yes.
Including the children that are still here?
Yes. Yeah. And that's something else that I really want to touch on. This investigation is hard, and it's not just hard on us, but it's hard on this family. I mean, there's family local and abroad that are really having a hard time dealing with this. And I think it's important that we all understand this. I mean, this isn't exactly an easy venture for them either.
Are there still any plans of trying to get the father humanitarian visa that would be able to come over to the
We're still exploring that possibility, and that's kind of outside of our realm on what we typically deal with. But we are engaging with our federal partners to see what options there may be. But we do have an open line of communication with the father in Mexico now.
Do you have a citizenship status on both Cindy and Art? Do you know if they're U.S. citizens? Or?
I don't know the official status, so I'd hate to say what it is, but I can tell you that there was nothing illegal about their travel, either here, his travel here, or her travel there. I know that their travel to India included an electronic travel visa. I don't know. I don't want to misstate what his travel status was here, but it wasn't illegal. He was under one of the guidelines within the federal government to be here.
I'm sorry, a couple of days ago, you mentioned that you all were focused heavily on documents that you found there in the shed. Can you talk about what you gleaned from those, even if in a general sense?
What we've found from the documents? Is
Yes,
that what you're asking?
determined.
Yeah. So, I mean, again, I don't want to go too much into the investigation. Obviously, this is still ongoing, and we're not sure where we're going to wind up from here. So, I can't reveal too much of the investigative process and what our detectives are looking into. But I can tell you that we are combing through just about anything and everything we can find to try to nail down some leads. I mentioned to you a few minutes ago, I'm still not convinced that he's deceased. We haven't found any evidence to suggest that he's deceased. And until I find evidence, I'm not going to be convinced. So I've said it all along. I'm an optimist. I'm going to believe he's alive, and I'm going to believe we're going to pursue this investigation and hope that we find him, right? That's the goal. So until I find evidence otherwise that suggests he's deceased, I'm not believing that. So our hope is through all these documents and things that we're looking through, we're hoping to find a needle in a haystack that'll give us a clue to be able to provide us an answer for all of this.
Chief, you mentioned that the conditions.
Hang on, I'm sorry. I can only hear one at a time. Go ahead.
You mentioned that living conditions were, play a part in the charge, right?
Sure.
For engagement of the child. Did the officers that went there originally for the welfare check, did they go in where they would have seen any of those conditions and could have had a charge then that may have prevented travel?
No. So the officers did not make access to the shed at all. The officers were on the front porch of the initial property, had no reason to go into the backyard, had no reason to make contact or go inside the shed. So the conditions of the shed, the conditions inside the home were never witnessed by the officer. All the contact was made outside. Yep. I'm sorry, Scoop, go ahead.
The two vehicles that you guys took in, have they been cleared? Nothing?
Yeah, so they are evidence, and we are processing those as evidence. And I can't reveal anything that may have come out of those vehicles, but they are considered evidence, and we've processed them as such.
Can you tell me if you are waiting on any forensics from the vehicle?
I can tell you that we're working with forensic labs. I mean, we've got crime scene investigators. Tarrant County has stepped up and helped us out with all of our crime scene technicians here that are working this case, and they're processing it to the fullest extent. And yes, that does include any forensics that they may locate.
And just as you mentioned, you're very optimistic about finding Noel alive. So is the homeowner, as he shared with us, but has he been cooperating? What has been that relationship with the homeowner?
Yeah, no, the homeowner has been cooperative this entire time. And the majority of the individuals we've interacted with, including the family, have been very cooperative with us throughout this investigation. So, I mean, there's no reason to suggest otherwise. He's been very cooperative with us.
The homeowner has stated that he doesn't feel like Cindy would cause any harm to her child. You obviously, your detectives, investigators are looking at other scenarios that would be in opposition to that. So how do you continue your interaction with the homeowner, and what's that like right now?
Yeah, I mean, again, I think it's just, you treat him nice. I mean, we've been very cordial with him. We've had a good relationship with him throughout this entire process. I've got no reason to not keep that relationship going forward. He has shared his concerns and his viewpoints with us. Unfortunately, we've just got circumstantial evidence and physical evidence that may contradict what he's saying. So, and that's okay. There's no hard feelings there that he believes that. And I hope he's right. If Noel's okay and in good health, then that's a win for everybody, right? And we all move on.
And has any agency determined exactly where the family ended up when they traveled?
Yeah, we can confirm that the family did travel to India.
But wait, do we know where?
Where in India? Yeah, I can't. We don't know that yet. We're working with our federal partners to determine the location there.
Have you all been in contact with an Indian government official about this case?
We wouldn't be. We're going to rely on our federal partners to make those connections there.
You just said you have circumstantial evidence and physical evidence. Does one outweigh the other?
Well, physical evidence is always going to outweigh circumstantial evidence in any case, not just this case, any case. However, when you get enough circumstantial evidence, again, on any case, it obviously plays a role into it as well. But physical evidence is always what we seek when we're looking to charge somebody with offense.
And in this case, which one outweighs the other?
As far as which one do I have more of?
Right now.
Yeah, I'm not going to go into that one just because it's part of the investigation. I'm sorry.
But you do have physical evidence?
Yes, we do have physical evidence, and that's why we got the warrants issued today.
If you're able to locate Cindy before you're able to locate Noel, would you be able to extradite her? What does that process look like right now?
Yeah, we would work with our federal partners on that to figure out how that extradition process works. I can't tell you exactly. I've got no experience there, but they've been very engaged in this process and will essentially walk us through that. I don't know what the options are. We're exploring those options. This warrant was issued today, so obviously this relationship is kicking off as far as the search and everything. So I just don't have an answer for you.
Is that what I was thinking that?
Yes. Yes.
What's next?
Keep going. We need those tips. We need the information. We need people to call. We need to hear the stories and hear the interactions and get more information about Noel. Keep searching through the data, see what we can find. We need help.
That there was an anomaly found in the concrete. Can you go into the specifics of what that was?
Yeah, so I'm not an expert in operating ground penetrating radar. I might make more money if I was, but I'm certainly not an expert there. So I can't really tell you the science behind it. What I can tell you is there were certified technicians on there that detected a difference, essentially an anomaly, something that wasn't supposed to be there or was normally there on their equipment, and indicated that to us. But as far as how it works or what that anomaly was, I don't know. We would rely on them.
So why does she have a report board?
I'd love to ask her if you can get her to contact us. I'd love to ask her why she had a porch board.
Was the property owner any help with that question?
I can't go into the interviews and so forth and what was shared there, but I'd love to ask her why.
Are you guys looking to dig into that porch?
We did dig in, and we're going to share photos of that. But we did dig in last night, and we did not locate any evidence that would lead us to locating Noel.
Including the anomaly, you're not going to dig deeper.
No, and there was no reason to dig deeper. There was nothing there to suggest that we needed to dig any deeper.
Are police investigating other parts of the property as well aside from the patio?
Yeah, I think at this point we're pretty confident that we've completely searched the entire property there at that location, and that we have recovered any and all evidence that may exist leading us to finding Noel. So no, we are not going to continue to search any more on that property unless new evidence arises or new information arises for us to go back. But we don't think that's going to be the case here.
And you mentioned there was a lot of true crime people that are very interested in this case and are sharing this case to
Sure.
get the word out. With EquiSearch being out here, are there going to be any search events going on, or is that organized search for the community?
Yeah, we haven't scheduled anything or talked about anything just yet until we get some evidence that suggests otherwise. We did check, and EquiSearch has been out here and been kind enough to help us out today. We have checked surrounding wooded areas and those kinds of things with the tools that we have available. And again, there's been no supporting evidence to suggest that we need to organize a massive search. So we'll keep working at that. If for some reason we get information that suggests that or gives us a location to go to, then we'd be more than happy to allocate all of our resources to that.
When you say he was last seen in November, was he last seen at that home, or was he last seen somewhere else?
The family reported last seeing him in November at that home. Right.
When was this new warrant obtained?
Today, within the last few hours.
Total number of tips so far?
I don't have the total number, but we have gotten quite a few, and we want to get some more. And they've been very helpful. I mean, the tips are tremendously helpful. All right, thank you all very much. I appreciate you.
Thanks, Chief.
Okay, I'm gonna put you guys over here on this one, and then I think it's pretty short actually. Where did I just have it? Right here. Just over 2 minutes, and then I'm going to actually read you guys a whole thing about extradition, like exactly how that would work. It was really interesting. I saw it the other day, and I'm glad that I saved it. But it explains exactly how that would happen. My computer is lagging. Woo. Very much so.
An arrest warrant for the mother of a missing 6-year-old boy in Everman. Cindy Rodriguez-Singh is believed to be in India with her husband, who also has a warrant out for his arrest. Jason Allen is live in Everman. And Jason, police revealed today that they dug up part of the property where the family was living.
They did, Karen, and police gave us that update here, just finishing it within the last hour here at the Civic Center. They did that digging on a pretty large portion of a concrete patio. However, they did not find any evidence there of Noel Rodriguez-Alvarez. These are some pictures from the Everman Police Department of that work, which, as you can see, happened overnight last night. Police were able to get a search warrant for the entire property where this family was staying. And they focused on that patio because it was new, fairly new, and they were also told that Cindy paid for it. Both of these things struck them as pretty unusual. Ground penetrating radar showed that there was an anomaly under the concrete. But they brought out search dogs. The search dogs didn't hit on anything. And then when they dug up all that concrete, there was nothing there.
I'm still not convinced that he's deceased. We haven't found any evidence to suggest that he's deceased. And until I find evidence, I'm not going to be convinced. So I've said it all along. I'm an optimist. I'm going to believe he's alive, and I'm going to believe we're going to pursue this investigation and hope that we find him, right?
Now, there was enough evidence, the police chief said, recovered, including the living conditions in a shed that the family was staying in, to get a felony warrant for Cindy Rodriguez-Singh for abandoning or endangering a child. There is also a warrant out now, the same charge, for her husband, Arshdeep Singh. Police believe that the couple, 6 of their children, are still in India. That's where they flew after police came to the door last week looking for Noel, but the chief didn't specifically know where in the country that they might be. They have, Karen, searched this immediate area for any signs of Noel. They've also talked to extended family, but right now they said that they are still looking for tips and leads, Karen, for anybody who might have seen him, going back all the way to the last year.
Oh, incredible that this story continues like this, Jason. Thank you very much.
Okay, so let me bring you onto this page here, and we'll look at it, because it definitely helps make more sense of this and how it would go down. So it's not completely up to us, but yeah. All right, so how police could extradite missing Texas boys' parents from India if criminal charges filed. Well, now criminal charges are filed, right? So let's go through. I'll skip the parts that are stuff that we know, right? It said that if Texas or federal authorities at some point determine that criminal charges against the mother or stepfather of missing 6-year-old Noel are appropriate, which they do, issuing a warrant would make one or both of them, fugitives. If that happens, it did, law enforcement could begin the process of extradition from India. And then Noel, hasn't been seen, right? So that was the info. She boarded a flight with her husband and 6 other children. Police have confirmed that her and her husband made it to India after initially flying. So, okay, so it says that they at least can confirm that they made it to India. So, I mean, I would guess they at least have an airport. So they have a kind of a general region. But, and so here they had not found any physical evidence. However, in this press conference we just watched, they had found physical evidence. And then about the mother lying, saying that the dad in Mexico had him. They said that they're concerned that the family might not return to the U.S. Okay, so it's unlikely that authorities would try to extradite the mother back to the U.S. on those charges, Spencer said. If the investigation leads to more serious charges, that would lead to fugitive status, and federal authorities could help with extradition. We do know the FBI is involved, so we got that working for us, and they are fugitive. So, but there are still some boxes authorities would have to check before they could extradite anybody from India. Police said that they had no significant update. What they did, right? Now they do. Okay, requirement and process for extradition from India. In order for a crime to be considered extraditable, under the treaty between the United States and India, the charges have to be severe enough to warrant punishment for at least 1 year, no matter if the law or one similar exists in India, or if that law is considered as severe there, right? So it's got to be at least a year that it would be equivalent to if they were convicted. If that is met, government police or any agency wanting to extradite, so like FBI, a suspect from India would have to work with federal authorities to submit an extradition request through diplomatic channels by the terms of the treaty. India would require the US to provide evidence, statements, documents, a copy of the warrant, and such information as would justify the committal for trial of the person in the requested state. And this is according to the website for the Indian Embassy in Washington, D.C. So, like I said, we can't just say, yep, we're extraditing, that's it, that's all. No, they have to, it's required. They have to provide enough evidence, statements, documents, all of the things in order to, be convincing that it's important for them to get back. So India authorities would review those documents and decide whether to approve or decline the extradition request. So it's not up to us. In cases of urgency, American authorities can request a provisional arrest while the extradition is being processed. So if I were to take a guess, I'm thinking that's probably what they're doing now. Is, they're saying they're not sure where they are. Well, they've got the warrants. They are fugitives. I kind of feel like currently they're probably in the process of getting it processed, really. So, have U.S. suspects been extradited from India before? Government documents from India indicate that from 2002 to 2015, the latest compiled information readily available, at least 11 people were extradited from India to U.S. The crimes of which the extradited people were accused include murder, terrorism, sexual abuse of a child, fraud, financial fraud, and economic offenses. In April 2019, Indian national Hitesh Madhubia, I don't know, someone, I don't know, I can't. Oh. He's 42, or she, I'm not sure, was extradited to Houston to face charges of general conspiracy, wire fraud conspiracy, and money laundering conspiracy for his role in running a call center to scam people. Oh, that's awful. According to the U.S. Customs and Immigration Enforcement. So he was found guilty of scamming U.S. victims out of millions of dollars and sentenced to 20 years in federal prison. In 2014, Mahfouz, somebody, was returned to the U.S. to stand trial on murder charges after he was accused of murdering a romantic rival. What? In the 1989 slaying of a 19-year-old Todd Kelly in Hamilton, Indiana, the South Bend Tribune reported at the time. The Associated Press reported 2014 that person, they became an American citizen. They pled guilty and was sentenced under the terms. They had 40 years. And then in 2014, that person appealed to Indian government not to extradite him. The appeal was shot down by Indian authorities. And that's all that we have on here. So it is possible, right? It definitely is possible from India. Now I don't know about Turkey, right? I don't know, because I know that was the first thing that was asked today. But India, it's possible. But it ultimately really does come down to them. They make the decision. They get the call on whether it's a big enough deal. Been listening while cleaning, and you feel like that too. Peppers, basil, so far. Countries have passport rules. I don't know. Yeah, they did say that there were the little ones. One of the passports was left behind. I forgot what kind it said that was though. And then also, I think it was Patricia mentioned a picture of the man holding him up, and they might show it here on this one, because it's a video, but it did have that picture. So let me show you this one. Legally, right? Right. Here we go.
But
There it
to
is.
be honest with you, I wished I knew where he was. I'd go get him.
That's the voice of Charles Parson talking about missing 6-year-old Noel Rodriguez-Alvarez. Parson doesn't mind sharing his name, but didn't want his face shown. Noel hasn't been seen since last November. This week, the search included using sonar technology on Parson's new concrete patio, partially dug up by investigators.
He left in November. The patio was built less than a month old, 3 weeks old. So how could he be underneath the patio?
Parson allowed Noel's mother, Cindy Singh, and her husband, Art Singh, to live in his shed behind his home with her 7 children. These are copies of the police search warrants for the shed. And this is what it looks like inside the shed after officers went through it.
Our investigators were very thorough with their search, but I can't go into specific conditions prior to us going in.
After Cindy's family reported Noel missing, the couple fled to Turkey with 6 of her children, but not Noel. Their landlord shared this happy family collage of Arch and Cindy Singh. Police shared why both are now wanted.
Abandoning or endangering a child, and it is a 2nd-degree felony, and we have warrants for both Cindy and Archie.
The former landlord, called grandfather by Noel and his siblings, also talked about the emotional impact the boy's disappearance has had on him personally.
But it's about to drive me up a wall. Really frustrating.
In Everman, I'm Scoop Jefferson.
Hey, Lil Wing, how are you today? Good afternoon. Hi, Kelly. Okay, let me get you off that. And I'm going to show you. This is what they had put out. The Everman Emergency Services is who's been putting things out. Let me refresh this and. Okay. I'll show you what they put here. I'm going to read to you the what they released yesterday and then show you the photos again. But that's really strange that they saw something right under the patio, but there was nothing there. That is really weird. You never got a notification? Oh. Well, that's stupid. I'm sorry. Hi, sorry. Hopefully it doesn't become a regular thing. Okay, so they put out, I'll enlarge it a little bit, especially with my broken eyes. Okay, so Everman Police Department, for immediate release, it's the media release that they put out yesterday, and it said Everman Police update on missing child. Noel, on March 20th, 2023, an Everman police officer responded to the 3700 block of Wisteria Drive to conduct a welfare check at the request of the Texas Department of Family and Protective Services, Child Protective Investigation Division. They requested officers check the welfare of all children at the residence, including 6-year-old Noel. The mother, Cindy, who was on scene at the time, provided misinformation that Noel was staying with family in Mexico. On March 22nd, 2023, Cindy boarded a plane at DFW Airport with her husband, Ashdeep, and 6 other children, ranging in ages. This is something people had asked the other day. I saw it. Actually, no, I think we were talking about the West boys, maybe, and how old those siblings were. Anyway, so the ages are from 5 months, which are the twins, and I read to you yesterday in updates that supposedly everything was good until the twins are born, and then Noel stopped eating. He was upset by the twins being there, and so he would refuse to eat. So that's not good. But so from 5 months to 11 years old, Noel was not in the company of the adults or family. There was no warrants or anything that would have prevented the family from leaving on their own accord at the time they boarded the plane. Investigators at the time did not know this was their plan. A few days later, as more details emerged, Everman Police Department determined that the house where the family had been staying had a concrete porch recently poured and was paid for by Cindy. That is really strange. And based upon the course of the investigation, investigators obtained a search warrant and brought in specialized resources and teams to dig up the concrete and search the soil. At this time, no evidence was obtained as a result of this investigative effort. On March 31st, 2023, detectives obtained arrest warrants for Cindy and Ashdeep for abandoning or endangering a child, which is a second-degree felony. The department is working with federal partners in locating both adults. In an effort to help locate Noel, the department is asking anyone who has had a personal interaction with him in the last year to call Everman Police Department at 817-293-2923 or email tips@evermantx, like Texas, .net. If anyone wishes to remain anonymous, they can call the Tarrant County Crime Stoppers at 817-469-8477. And I'll pull, okay, it's back. So here are the photos that they'd, might be, I don't know if they're going to be smaller for you or not. If they're smaller, I'll just take you to the other ones. Do a secret code. Color combination of pink and green today. Oh, is it? Is it easy on the eyes? Huh. Man. My eyes need easiness. I don't know. That's just ironic. One, that she paid for it, right? When you rent from somebody, it's not normally your responsibility. You wouldn't pay the cost of anything that gets done. So that is strange. And then that there was an anomaly, but turned out to be nothing. It's very weird. You don't think that they paid rent? I don't know. But if they did, it likely was not very much. Yeah. And then here's another photo here. That's so weird. Either way, I'm happy that they got enough evidence that they were able to get warrants. And now they are, hopefully they'll get extradited back. That'd be awesome to hear. Oh my gosh. Next press conference, we find out that they've tracked them down and they're going to be extradited. I would just love that. It doesn't find Noel, technically, right? But it's going to hold people accountable for taking off without him. at least at the minimum, Yeah, I just, I don't know. I really don't. It's mind-boggling to me, how these parents do the things that they do. I'll never get it. I don't know. But I'm hoping that they can find him and that he's okay. It obviously doesn't feel very good. Kind of similar to yesterday, right? It just doesn't have a good feel to it. But we're going to try to remain hopeful and positive because it's happened before. We've had good news come out before. Um, I don't know. Are you guys, do the majority of you follow the Vallow case or no? Lori Vallow? I gave an update yesterday. And then there was another thing that had come out that I was going to show you guys, but I don't know. Yes, you have. I will never understand how anyone could hurt a child. Right. I was actually just talking yesterday about um the shooting in Nashville and just like how could you look at these babies? Like how can you look at them and then take their life? I don't know. I don't know. But I will say it's really good that there's people like you. And I know that you guys care because I'm not a channel that's drama and big. I'm just not that channel, right? I'm not bringing like the entertainment of drama. I'm very much covering cases. And so the fact that you guys are here and listen shows absolutely that it's because you really care. You genuinely actually care about these people. And that's what the world needs, right? We see all of this awful, but it makes me have a little hope when I can look over at chat and see all of you and realize there is good. It is literally right here. And actually, she's not here right now, but Nicole sent me a screenshot last night when all of you were putting orange hearts in the chat at the end of the stream. And this said something about like, the good people that we have here and in this family. Like, I don't know. I am so thankful for you. I'm so thankful for all of you. I really am. I think I have you guys on this page with me, right? Yeah, so let me show you guys this. This was a little bit more about obviously them trying to exclude Kay from being able to be in the courtroom, which is ridiculous. I mean, but I get it, right? Legally, by law, I understand. But man, sucks. It sucks so bad. It's sad.
Tonight, the grandparents of Joshua J.J. Vallow are asking an Idaho judge to appoint them to represent the murdered 7-year-old on the eve of the trial for J.J.'s mother, Lori Vallow Daybell.
News specialist Lauren Steinbrecher is live in the newsroom. Lauren, things keep developing in this case, even as we head into the final hours.
Yeah, Deanie and Mike, truly the final hours. Monday morning, the trial begins, but this week, Vallow Daybell's attorneys asked the judge to keep Kay and Larry Woodcock out of court, and now they're fighting back.
Kay and Larry Woodcock had plans to attend Lori Vallow Daybell's trial every single day as they look for justice in the murder of 3 people, including their grandson, Joshua J.J. Vallow. But Judge Stephen Boyce could rule next week that they can't.
The defense argued that they weren't under the immediate family definition under a couple of statutes.
Lori's attorneys this week said they believe the couple doesn't classify as immediate family to their grandson because Lori adopted JJ. And because they're being called as witnesses to testify, the defense thinks the Woodcocks shouldn't be allowed to watch other testimony. The trial will decide if Lori is responsible for the murders of JJ and her daughter Tylee Ryan and conspiracy in the death of her husband Chad Daybell's late wife Tammy Daybell. The Woodcocks fired back by hiring their own attorney, Shannon Gray.
It does appear that they might be witnesses in the case, right? But that's secondary to their rights as victims.
And on Friday, he filed a motion and memorandum saying Not only should they be considered victims, Kay deserves to be appointed as JJ's representative in court, potentially allowing her to give a victim impact statement and collect restitution.
They're the ones that really initiated the looking for JJ Vallow in the first place. Kay is by far the most involved. She's the one that's been involved through this the entire case.
And hoping to see this case through to the end.
There's just no reason for them not to be able to sit in that courtroom with all of the tragedy that they've experienced.
Yeah, so Monday morning, trial begins. Jury selection is happening first, and the public is not allowed in the courtroom until opening statements. Judge Boyce said Wednesday he hopes to have a decision about the Woodcocks early next week. Deanie.
All right, Lauren, thank you. And keep it right here on KSL TV. We will have a reporter in the courtroom for the duration of this trial. You can find updates both on air and online at ksltv.com. Plus, tune in tonight at 10 as we look ahead to the trial that gets underway Monday and the twists and turns that brought us to this point.
Okay, so I'm yes, Shannon Gray is same attorney. Absolutely. Yep. Some adopted grandparents are better. Yeah, isn't that the truth? Yep. But during his life, exactly, right. But then it's annoying because they've got to go off of paper, right? Off of the law. Hey, Rhonda. Such amazing people. I hate what they're going through. Me too. It's so sad. Okay, so also I'm going to be posting up, well, because, I put stuff on my community wall, right? And then I share it over on Facebook, and sometimes also over on Twitter. Well, there were 2 cases that it blasted me today. And I didn't put them up yet, but I was like, if I come on, I want to make sure that I mention them to you guys now, as well as post them. So here, let me tell you about them. Let me tell you about this. So, okay, first we have a girl named Sarah Ebersol. She's 26 years old. She was last seen March 2nd. And let me show you this here. I mean, it's not like it's got a whole ton of, hang on, what is this doing here? All right. Found it. Just figuring out how to exit out of that. All right. And so if my computer would understand that I clicked the button. Hello. There we go. Okay. So this is out of Marion County. I want to confirm. Florida. Okay. I just want to make sure. Okay. So Marion County deputies search for a missing woman, 26, last seen leaving gas station with 2 males. And so this is what they have for the photo of the truck here on the left. It's a black pickup truck that the police said that she left in. So deputies with the Marion County Sheriff Office are searching for a missing 26-year-old woman who was last seen earlier this month leaving a gas station with 2 unknown males, according to a news release shared Friday. I'll check. And so Sarah willingly left a Circle K near Reddick on March 2nd with 2 other people mentioned in the release, located at 17980 North Highway 441 She hasn't been seen since, and deputies said that she was described in the release as being 5'1", 120 pounds, with blue eyes and brown hair. Given the length of time since her disappearance and the circumstances surrounding it, investigators now hope to identify the owner of the vehicle to learn where Sarah may have gone after leaving the gas station. Anyone with information on Sarah's whereabouts was urged to call 911. So this here is probably going to take me to another page if I click it, but let's see what happens. Nothing happens. Okay. All right. Can I zoom in? Nope. Wait, what did that tell me? Hey, there we go. I'm not sure how that happened, but use control. What did that tell me to do? Zoom to map. Use control and scroll. Control and yeah, that's not the scroll button apparently. What button is the scroll button? Whatever. I have no idea. I don't know, but I want to click on this. I mean, we're getting a little closer. View larger map. Great, love that. If it takes me to another page, I'll grab you guys. It did. Here. I just want to give you a visual here of the place. But so initially they were not concerned. But because March 2nd, y'all, it's April 1st today. Nobody's heard from her. Nothing. Nada, nothing. And they don't know who the vehicle even is. Like, who are the drivers? Who's it belong to? I have no idea. You know? So, yeah. The police are asking, I mean, if they can't find her, to at least know who the driver is of the black truck. They didn't even say, right, a direction or anything like that, but this is the Circle K right here. And there's a Quick Mart across over here. I'm trying to see if there's really a whole lot in the area. Now, let's zoom out. Oh, wow. Wow. Yeah, it looks pretty rural, really. Not really a whole lot going on. Orange Lake is up here. I'm just kind of zoom out, see what we're really looking at here. Okay. So it's basically north central Florida here. All right, let's bring this back in. This is the Circle K, though. You love road trips. You might not love road trips with me. I totally, absolutely I'll get us lost every time. There hasn't been a single case that I have got on the maps and not gotten us lost. Before I get us there, most of the time I do get us there, but it's like the long way, and it's super annoying, and I can't stand it. I just want to come down to this other building here. What did I say that this was? I don't remember now. Kinetic? I mean, I don't know what that is, but Windstream by Windstream. Wow. I don't know, but my neighbor is like slamming on something, and I don't appreciate it. Yeah, so see across the road, there is the other Citgo over here. I forgot, they called it like a Mart, Kmart, okay, no, I don't know, something. You like the long way? That's all right. And then there's the Circle K. So very strange. I don't even know, like, so many questions. Basically, did she have her own vehicle? And if she did, why did she leave her vehicle and go with these men? If she didn't have a vehicle, how did she get there to begin with? Did somebody drop her off? Was it planned? Did she have a phone? Is there any way to track, like, has the phone been shut off? Or did she leave the phone, say, at home or in her vehicle? I mean, there's so many things I'm not a person that needs to know everything. You guys know that about me. But to know something a little bit more. But Yeah, so basically, I'm gonna post that up, and if you guys can help out too, try to circulate that photo of the black truck and obviously this area, and hopefully it will get around to somebody that is familiar with the truck and can contact police and say, "Oh, I'm pretty sure that that truck belongs to so and so." Then the police got something to work with, right? They can at least talk with them and get, hopefully, like, asked to go into their home. If they say yeah, cool, great. If they say no, well, then they got to wait to see if they can get enough to actually have a warrant to be able to go in and search. If they feel that they need to. But just off of the interview, they may feel like they're yanking their chain. I don't know, but to me, that's concerning. I mean, she's beautiful. Let me take you. Where did I have it? Right here. Oh, also, it doesn't state this, and I mean, I don't know if it holds any weight to anybody or not. I don't know, but she is a mother. So she's 26 years old, and on her Facebook, I mean, like every photo is her. So many, her and her daughter, her and her daughter. She calls her like her little mini me at times, and super cute. So that's kind of the other thing that I feel like does play a role. Why would a mother leave her child? Like her daughter wasn't with her. Here, let me expand this picture or open it up and bring you guys over to it. Okay. I just, I don't know, I'm worried about it. So you can't really see her too great. She got glasses on in this one, but you kind of get an idea of like the size of her, right? 5'1", 120, blue eyes, brown hair. So, what did I do? I'm zooming us in. Hold on. I got to get back out. Why is this so difficult right now? Here we go. I wish that this would, yeah, it's not going to zoom. Okay. I'm going to, oh, because it's at 200%. No stinking wonder. Okay, there you go. That's better. And then I'm also going to grab another photo here where you can see her face better. It is from a couple of years ago, but she still looks very much the same. I think she does anyway. And like I said, I will definitely scenic route. Exactly right. Yes. I was trying to think of that earlier and my brain just couldn't do it. I was coming up with like the country route and I was like, I don't know what it's called. There's so many with her and her child. I don't. Okay, here. Grab this one. Okay, and I will grab this one. Yeah, I'm just so yeah, I saw that one today, and then there's another one, and the other one that we're gonna talk about is actually she is adorable. Yeah, yeah, it's a cute picture. And then the other one is actually a minor. She's young, and here we go. Okay, so this one is 2018. But again, I mean, her features, they don't change. It's very consistent. Here. Okay. Let me bring you. She's cute though. She's very pretty. Very pretty. Very concerning. She's getting in the vehicle with what, 2 men? I mean, and then they never returned her back. That makes me worried. Okay, I'll bring you to this one. And here is another photo. This one, you will see her daughter in this one. It's a couple years ago though. But that's when her daughter was young. But just kind of look at her features. Looks kind of similar to the photo that they used in the article. I don't think it is the same one, but it looks very similar. This one here actually is really good for her features as well. Here, let me bring you to this one. But like I said, she really had a very good relationship with her daughter. Very, very good. In every photo, everything, it's her and her daughter. And to me, I just don't see her deciding she's just gonna up and take off and leave her daughter by her own free will, you know? I just don't see it. Then there's this one. This one, for what she kind of reminds me of Gabby Petito a little bit in this other one. Not exactly, right? I don't, there's just a vibe, maybe. I guess. I don't know. I'm not sure what it is, but something about her in this one reminds me of Gabby. Right? And then you also have this one. This one's a bit older as well. And this has her daughter too, when her daughter was younger. Yeah. All right, I'll show you one more, and then I will show you the other case that I'm going to post up. The eyes, yeah, okay, the eyes. Yep. I'm sorry, but that face on her daughter is so cute. I was going to try to bypass it, but it is really cute. But I'm not sure how well you guys are able to see those when I zoom it in like that. But the other case, okay, so actually here's another one. Yeah, quote, sheriff office says due to the length of time since she was last seen and the circumstances surrounding her disappearance. So that's the part, the circumstances. Law enforcement is seeking information about her whereabouts. Law enforcement is also looking to identify the owner of the vehicle who may know where Sarah went after leaving the gas station. Yeah. So, there's no doubt that they want to find her. But I'll show you that again. She reminds you of Gabby too? Okay, I'm glad I'm not alone. I can't really pinpoint what it is, but yeah, that's a good one. You could see her face better. Yeah. So I'll crop a couple of those probably and add them. So if you happen to be on my community wall, I guess people can't really take stuff off. I don't know, but if you share that out, there'll be 5 photos. Some people don't know that you can click over in the community wall and see more than just that one main photo. But it's very important. I'm gonna cut this, and the truck will be its own photo, and then she'll be her own as well. But yeah. And again, it's not even like a truck and they don't even know who is in it. They do know, according to here. She has been missing for weeks after getting into a truck with 2 men. So, and it obviously looks dark out, like darker nighttime. I don't know about all that. I don't know. Okay, and then I need to find the other one because I don't know where I put it. I have no idea. Man, I was doing pretty good with my tabs today, till right now. Huh? I can just search her if I really have to. She is a teenager, and man, I'm really worried about her too. It almost sounds kind of similar to maybe trafficking, maybe. The police have not ruled that out, and they're actually going down that route. Oh, what? Am I an idiot? I think I am. Wow. I think I'm very, very stupid. I think so. Because I actually have video. I have video of both of these cases. I'm not quite sure what I'm doing. Other than having too many tabs, right? I mean, the usual. The usual stuff. Okay, hold on. Let me move this stuff out of the way. I have a problem here. Obviously, I always do. New window. Excellent, perfect, great. So bad. Okay. Yep. And eventually here it's going to get back to tabs. But yes, there are 2 videos. I remember that's even how I saw them, were as videos. So I'm not sure how I forgot that. I could probably look this one up and find her pretty quick. Quicker than what I'm doing right now. So let's do that, actually. Let me do that. um, Oh, what? Okay. All right. Go. I think it was by, okay. I forgot what Fox, it was Fox. It was a Fox network, I think, that had her. Here. Here we go. It was, maybe CBS. Yep. Got it. Okay, let me bring you guys to this. Sorry about that. Well, actually, um, hmm. Wow. Remains found of a woman missing since 2014. I just happened to run across that. Oh, and also you guys asked me about Madeline as well, right? Or Madalena? Madalena. Okay. While I'm here, I might as well. 3 weeks ago? I don't know if you've seen that one. That might be new to you, possibly. I did not play it. I don't know that I even shared it, to be honest. I may not have even got to share it. So here. For hey, Emily, how are you? Hey, Eastern girl, how are you? Good afternoon, everybody. Hope you're doing well. I'm trying to track down something that I lost. That's what we're doing here. Florida. So Marion County in Florida is the one that I've been talking about this whole time. Right now, we're going to take a pit stop at Madalena. A video from 3 weeks ago about Madalena is a pit stop while I get my life together because I totally, completely, I don't know what I did. I don't know. I got too many tabs open, I think. Okay, let me play this for you, and I will figure out my life, and we'll be right back.
Has now been 108 days since Madalena Kojikari was last seen publicly. Updates from police and the FBI had all but stopped really until we got our hands on new search warrants yesterday. They showed the investigation could be taking a new turn here. WCNC Charlotte's Chloe Leshner is joining us live tonight to talk about this. So, Chloe, you talked with 2 law enforcement experts today. Did they say anything about the information in this search warrants that we found?
Yeah, hey, Vanessa, the search warrants that we got through the courts yesterday introduced this idea of possibly drug or even human trafficking in this case. And both of the experts that I spoke with today say this definitely broadens the investigation, but it presents some new challenges too.
From the start of the investigation, Madalena Kojikari's mother maintained she did not know where her daughter was.
We all know that if we don't recover somebody within the first 24 hours, the trail starts getting colder and colder.
Now, 3.5 months later, it's clear police have known she asked a family member to help smuggle her and her daughter out of their house and away from her husband. According to the U.S. State Department, 41% of human trafficking cases are facilitated by family members.
Unfortunately, it happens more than we care to recognize.
In Madalena's case, the search warrants also show an apparent connection between the family member Diana was talking to and people known to be involved in narcotics trafficking. Law enforcement consultant Roy Taylor, who is not involved in the case, says this gives investigators more people to look into.
Now we can start looking, kind of doing a Venn diagram of family members and known associates and friends and their involvement in drugs. So it gives us another investigative tool and gives us more hope that the young girl's still alive and maybe she was able to be smuggled out of the local area to other relatives or family friends that are keeping her safe.
Several experts say untangling the web of a human trafficking ring can be extremely tedious and difficult.
It's a needle in a haystack.
Now, I did speak with a Cornelius police captain who is involved with this investigation on the phone today. She said it is still an active investigation. They are still asking people to share Madalena's picture and anyone with information to give them a call. Live in Uptown, Chloe Leshner, WCNC Charlotte.
So many layers building with the story. Chloe, thank you.
All right, sorry guys, I'm back. Can't believe the amount of stuff I have. Holy guacamole, sorry about that. Hey, Justice Jane, how are you? How are you? Gretchen Fleming, yes. Yes. I don't want that. Okay. I'm going to drop that really quick. I lost chat for just a moment, just so you guys know. At least one part of it that I don't have now. Okay. It's so weird, honestly. I'm like unsure what I did with this. It's the weirdest thing ever. All right. However, what I'm going to do is a search on it because this is just crazy. I have it somewhere and I'm obviously just completely overlooking it. I'm not sure why I'm being difficult right now, but I am. Honestly, it's got to be right here and I'm just going right over it. I'm not sure how. Or I accidentally deleted it. Like I typed something else over the top. That's very possible. Very possible thing I could have done. All right. Anyway, let me type this in real quick. Okay. Maybe this is it right here. Yeah, I found her. Okay. So out of Katy, I think is how they pronounce it. Basically, they're near like Houston area. Okay. I did find it though. Thank goodness. Now, I don't know that it's exactly the one that I was thinking of, but I'm glad that I at least found her case because I really want to make sure that you guys know. And obviously, I have to refind the original one at some point. so that I could post it, right? But the fact that oh wait, we might have good news. It almost looks like she is found safe, and that would be amazing. That would be super good if that's the case. At least the one that I'm looking at right now is saying that the police are not saying where she was found, but that she was found safe. And so even if that's not the exact case that I'm thinking of, the fact that one person that was missing has been found safe makes me happy already. That's already so good. Oh, that's so good. Yeah, because the one that I'm talking about, might be this one. Yeah, Fort Bend. I think this is her, and I think she's safe. She was going for a bike ride, is what she said, and she was seen at a gas station getting snacks of some sort. They said that she had a face mask on. It kind of looked like she was hiding, trying to conceal her identity a little bit at the, convenience store gas station area. But then she took off, got on her bike again, traveled. Well, her bike was left right at like a weird spot in the road, right? So it looked like like she got in the vehicle with somebody, right? Somebody picked her up, and um she did not have her cell phone. She left that at home. So they couldn't even go off of that either. It was just really, really very, very scary. I mean, this one's saying missing student's bike found. But here. It's weird. It's bringing up I don't even know what. It's wild. I don't know. If I find it, you guys, I will obviously share it with you. I'm just I can't believe how something can go lost like that. That's kind of strange. I must admit. Also, two cases that I still needed to talk to you guys about that I should probably set up a stream, and we should do it today and make sure that we get it covered because one is basically just updating you guys on the Largo lawyer that the plastic surgeon is accused of killing. I mean, there's some pretty wild information with that. Like, phew. And then the other one is Trent. And I've asked you guys about him before, so I'm pretty sure you guys are familiar or becoming familiar with Trent. He's the one that basically had a form of, I mean, kind of hazing, but they've been doing all kinds of like organizing, kind of like protest, and basically they want charges. They want charges put against the guys that are responsible for it. And I mean, it's really serious. Okay, so police executed a search warrant on the house where the attack occurred, or the alleged attack occurred. Here, I'm actually going to bring you guys over to this. Some of you, I know a bunch of you were familiar with this case. I don't know right now. Does she? I gotta bring my chat up. I need to bring my chat up. Here. Oh man. You guys, I got trigger happy and I pushed the button. Okay, here we go.
On that disturbing story out of Georgia where a teenager is still hospitalized after a horrific alleged torture incident. 10 days later, the perpetrators are still walking free. New details tonight regarding the home where 19-year-old Trent Learcamp was allegedly hazed before being dropped off at the hospital unconscious, fighting for his life. We're learning the Glynn County Police executed a search warrant at the house where they believe the horrific attacks occurred the same night the team was dropped off at the hospital. We're also learning that officers were called to that home 10 times since August, 10 times. But dispatch records analyzed by the investigative unit of our News Nation affiliate WSAV found only 2 calls. One was a 911 hang-up, and the other was
third-party information days after Trent ended up in the hospital. So something's really not adding up here. At a party on March 21st, Trent was forced to binge on vodka and magic mushrooms by so-called friends. They allegedly not only covered him in spray paint, but also urinated on him. He was dropped off at the hospital where he was left fighting for his life, and at one point he was on a ventilator. The Daily Mail obtained a police report from another incident involving Trent and that same group that landed him in the ER in need of several stitches in the head. In fact, he had been hazed by that group at least twice before over the past month. And it seems like this is not an isolated event and rather a pattern of bad behavior by a group of young individuals. The incident report reads, Trent came home with a severe laceration above his left eye that required stitches. In the document, Trent's father went on to say that his son came home covered in WD-40, vomit, paint, glue, and egg yolk. The father telling officers that Trent, quote, never returns home normal. Glynn County Schools, where the victim recently graduated, has finally spoken out about the matter, saying, quote, we are aware of the allegations of an off-campus incident that involved several of our former and current students. The statement goes on to say, it is our common practice to follow Georgia Department of Education law that states students may be disciplined for conduct off campus, which could result in the student being criminally charged and which makes the student's continued presence at school a potential danger to persons or property at the school or which disrupts the educational process. But no arrests have been made more than a week after the incident. As we get further from the day of the attack, the calls for action get louder. A Justice for Trent rally is set for tomorrow at Neptune Park near the St. Simons Island Pier. Here with more is Brett Buffington, lead investigative reporter for our News Nation affiliate in Savannah. Brett, it's good to see you. So Glynn County Police, they've been to the home where one of the attacks happened 10 times in the last several months. And when you get the dispatch records, you only see these 2 calls. It's weird. What's going on?
Yeah, Jesse, certainly a lot of things in this case not adding up, at least for that. We asked 2 different ways for the CAD dispatch records for that home. In fact, we asked for the records for every house on that street. And in the time frame of 1 year, we could only find those 2 calls. Now, the police did say at a press conference on Wednesday they'd been to that home 10 times, including a few times after. They said just checking on the house. We don't exactly know what that means. But I can't tell you, I talked with the police chief, Odell Jackson, here at this pier behind me yesterday. Jesse, he said he wants to make sure that when his investigators give a case to the district attorney takes that case to trial. It's not one that falls apart. That's what he said when I asked him, why is this taking so long? Of course, people like you and this audience, they've seen that picture, they've seen that video, and they are outraged. They want to know, you see it right there. Why can't you charge people off the video?
Do you know if they've had a follow-up interview with Trent yet? I mean, do we have any idea of how he's doing right now?
So this is an important question, and one that I asked the chief yesterday, and he told me that he is still working, and the investigators here are still working to get that follow-up interview. I can tell you good news. He's out of the ICU. He is recovering, at least from the physical injuries, but you have to think of the emotional damage that this kind of incident, this attack, could cause on someone and what he's going through trying to recover from that.
You're on the ground right now. What is the feeling like? What's the sentiment like in Georgia? I mean, what are people saying? I know they want to go to his rally tomorrow. What are people saying who want to support this and want action and justice?
You know, there's a lot of people here in this community who feel this was going to be swept under the rug until Saturday when those videos leaked. This happened on Tuesday. We've now learned that just after it happened, police served a search warrant at this house. We learned that just today. So there's a lot of details in this case that people are like, why didn't we learn about this? In fact, some county commissioners here questioning why they didn't know about it until it came out in the media. We started reporting on this on Sunday. We've been here in Glynn County, in Brunswick, trying to gather details since Sunday. And there's still a lot of questions here in this investigation that aren't answered, and a lot of people here still asking.
Brett Buffington, the work that you're doing on this is incredible. I'm glad that you're shedding some more light on it, and hopefully we'll get more answers sooner rather than later. Brett Buffington, thank you so much.
Whoa. I don't know what I pushed, but it took the video away. It was the very end of it anyway, but that was weird. You guys, I think I need to restart my computer when I end this because it is doing the weirdest. I pushed like the shift button. I thought, weird. Next thing I know, it just disappeared on me. I'm like, what just happened? I'm looking to see if there's any update real quick too. No, okay. Nothing wrong with that, right? We know that Thomas Mosley is going to be formally charged, right? So we love that. We love that so much. I'm actually going to check from the police department too. But there was another thing about Trent that I was going to share with you as well. Right here. Interesting. Okay. How strange is that?
Some big developments tonight on that disturbing story out of Georgia where a teenager is.
All right, let me grab you guys. Quite possibly the weirdest thing ever. Very weird. Okay. For a moment there, I thought that it was the same thing. I'm like, what is going on? He is still in the hospital, yes. Yep. They said that they believe shortly or like soon enough he is going to be out. And yep, then he's gonna officially be hit with the charges. But yeah, currently they said that he was, at least earlier when JB got an update.
New details tonight regarding the home where 19-year-old Trent Learcamp was allegedly hazed before being dropped off at the hospital unconscious, fighting for his life. We're learning the Glynn County Police executed a search warrant at the house where they believe the horrific attacks occurred the same night the team was dropped off at the hospital. We're also learning that officers were called to that home 10 times since August, 10 times. But dispatch records analyzed by the investigative unit of our News Nation affiliate WSAV found only 2 calls. One was a 911 hang-up, and the other was third-party information days after Trent ended up in the hospital. So something's really not adding up here. At a party on March 21st, Trent was forced to binge on vodka and magic mushrooms by so-called friends. They allegedly not only covered him in spray paint, but also urinated on him. He was dropped off at the hospital where he was left fighting for his life, and at one point he was on a ventilator. The Daily Mail obtained a police report from another incident involving Trent and that same group that landed him in the ER in need of several stitches in the head. In fact, he had been hazed by that group at least twice before over the past month, and it seems like this is not an isolated event and rather a pattern of bad behavior by a group of young individuals. The incident report reads, Trent came home with a severe laceration above his left eye that required stitches. In the document, Trent's father went on to say that his son came home covered in WD-40, vomit, paint, glue, and egg yolk. The father telling officers that Trent, quote, never returns home normal. Glynn County Schools, where the victim recently graduated, has finally spoken out about the matter, saying, quote, we are aware of the allegations of an off-campus incident that involved several of our former and current students. The statement goes on to say, it is our common practice to follow Georgia Department of Education law that states students may be disciplined for conduct off campus, which could result in the student being criminally charged and which makes the student's continued presence at school a potential danger to persons or property at the school or which disrupts the educational process. But no arrests have been made more than a week after the incident. As we get further from the day of the attack, the calls for action get louder. A Justice for Trent rally is set for tomorrow at Neptune Park near the St. Simons Island Pier. Here with more is Brett Buffington, lead investigative reporter for our News Nation affiliate in Savannah. Brett, it's good to see you. So Glynn County Police, they've been to the home where one of the attacks happened 10 times in the last several months. And when you get the dispatch records, you only see these 2 calls. It's weird. What's going on?
Yeah, Jesse, certainly a lot of things in this case not adding up, at least for that. We asked 2 different ways for the CAD dispatch records for that home. In fact, we asked for the records for every house on that street. And in the time frame of 1 year, we could only find those 2 calls. Now, the police did say at a press conference on Wednesday they'd been to that home 10 times, including a few times after. They said just checking on the house. We don't exactly know what that means. But I can't tell you, I talked with the police chief, Odell Jackson, here at this pier behind me yesterday, Jesse, he said he wants to make sure that when his investigators give a case to the district attorney takes that case to trial. It's not one that falls apart. That's what he said when I asked him, why is this taking so long? Of course, people like you and this audience, they've seen that picture, they've seen that video, and they are outraged. They want to know, you see it right there. Why can't you charge people off the video?
Do you know if they've had a follow-up interview with Trent yet? I mean, do we have any idea of how he's doing right now?
So this is an important question, and one that I asked the chief yesterday, and he told me that he is still working, and the investigators here are still working to get that follow-up interview. I can tell you good news. He's out of the ICU. He is recovering, at least from the physical injuries, but you have to think of the emotional damage that this kind of incident, this attack, could cause on someone, and what he's going through trying to recover from that.
You're on the ground right now. What is the feeling like? What's the sentiment like in Georgia? I mean, what are people saying? I know they want to go to his rally tomorrow. What are people saying who want to support this and want action and justice?
You know, there's a lot of people here in this community who feel this was going to be swept under the rug until Saturday when those videos leaked. This happened on Tuesday. We've now learned that just after it happened, police served a search warrant at this house. We learned that just today. So there's a lot of details in this case that people are like, why didn't we learn about this? In fact, some county commissioners here questioning why they didn't know about it until it came out in the media. We started reporting on this on Sunday. We've been here in Glenn County, in Brunswick, trying to gather details since Sunday. And there's still a lot of questions here in this investigation that aren't answered, and a lot of people here still asking.
Brett Buffington, the work that you're doing on this is incredible. I'm glad that you're shedding some more light on it, and hopefully we'll get more answers sooner rather than later. Brett Buffington, thank you so much.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find News Nation on your cable provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below.
Okay, so I'm going to bring you guys, this is with Brett Buffington. And just kind of scrolled to like probably, I mean, he's done a bunch of stuff on it, but like read through some of these videos, some of his posts. So, for example, the sister has been talking, and she said that basically, big surprise, things that are being said online are causing additional pain, making things harder, right? So, like this one, Glenn County Police executed a search warrant at the home where they believe the attacks on Trent happened the night the teen arrived at the hospital. And then, I mean, that's a beautiful house, right? Then this is when he was, the videos that we just saw, right? Okay, so Trent's sister this afternoon, this was yesterday, told Brett, there are stories online that are causing more pain for their family. One being an article that says that her father locked the home's pantry. She said they don't even have a pantry to put a lock on. I don't know the context of that, or I would explain it, but I actually do not understand myself. I don't quite know what that's pertaining to, really. Got my chat back, hopefully. It's actually blank screen. Huh. All right. And then added to that, he said, she told me, quote, this is just so awful and bad people are making it so much worse. She said that her brother would be, quote, the first person to say how much our dad does for us. She added, especially after her mom died. She said she'd never lived alone. And they said that he continues to get better. His family says that they're now dealing with lies online. Bad people are making it so much worse. Here, let me see. Well, what does this want to do? You guys were connected with me. I don't know if you will be when I click on this, though. No, it took me to another page. So it says that, actually, I think there's a video attached. I don't know if it's something we've already seen, though. It's commercial right now. It says that he continues to heal from the physical injury sustained after a brutal and disgusting attack at St. Simon's Island last week, 10 days after the teen was dropped off at a Brunswick hospital. His blood alcohol content of more than 5 times what is considered impaired. Okay, it's on. Hold on. Here, let me grab you. I'll bring you over here where I am. I mean, it's awful. This is disgusting. And I just like, why are people not being charged? Kind of like, I'm gonna draw a blank on her name right now. Oh, it's at the tip of my tongue. The one that's student, she was in high school, and students hit her with a water bottle, and then started to attack her. And her boyfriend was trying to prevent them and stop them. And so anyway, yeah, they fought her and they recorded it, and then they posted it online. And she ended up taking her own life. Um, Nobody got charged, and no one was even kicked out of school. And then she was victim shamed by the basically superintendent of the school. Brought up statements about her father and about like her parent taking their life previously, and it was disgusting. I mean, it was absolutely awful. He ended up resigning, thank goodness, and they finally did put charges on those that attacked her. Finally, I mean, but it took like a whole big thing. And I've looked. I haven't looked in the past week, but I had looked to see if there were any updates on it, because I mean, I do want to follow the case. I really do. Why can't I think of her name right now? I could think of. Does anybody know her name off the top of your head? I feel like it's like Alicia. Got it. Adriana Cush. Hey, I love that my YouTube has like a memory. So I just put in the A because I remembered that. Yeah, there's nothing. A month ago, a family wants justice for bullied 14-year-old who killed herself. A student ended her life after a video of a hallway beating circulates. There was even, the school coming together and having a whole thing. I mean, there were so many saying that they've been bullied in school and nothing's been done about it. Still, I mean, I don't know that anything has changed. I would hope it has, but yeah, it was very sad. Very, very sad. It was a sad case. The school did nothing to help her. Completely unacceptable. I agree with you, Callie. I completely agree. It was absolutely disgusting. And like I said, the head of the school to then make these excuses and ultimately put the blame on her father, it was just disgusting. And it honestly ended up revealing multiple other schools that were having, similar things. A lot of bullying that was going on and nothing being done. And I mean, it's a huge issue. When I discussed it, every single one of everybody in a chat all had some way that they've been affected by it, whether it's their child, a grandchild, a brother, a sister, themselves. Everybody could relate, every single person. And that's a problem. It's so awful. Yeah, no, I'm not seeing anything new. That's sad. But yeah, so her father he's demanding justice, and we'll see. I mean, they're underage, too. So again, that's going to make it even harder to be able to see what's going on with that. But okay, let me show you what we're on right now. I'll play the video here in a second. But yes, his blood alcohol was more than 5 times what's considered impaired. And then the police still haven't made an arrest. Local leaders held like a luncheon, and the county manager said that the county police served a search warrant at the home that they believe the attack happened. And then a former U.S. Marshal and deputy of the Federal Law Enforcement Training Center told the crowd that the electronic evidence being collected in the case takes time to both retrieve and examine. And then they said, as a parent, I want to see justice. They've identified at least 11 teens from 2 different social media posts showing the attack. His sister reached out to WSAV, the lead investigative reporter, Brett Buffington, and she wants to put a stop to a story being shared, right? So maybe this will explain it better. Would be the first person to say how much our dad does for us. Trent would. 17-year-old said a post from online publication, which claimed an unnamed source, said that the home where Trent lived had a lock on a pantry to stop him from eating. It wasn't true, and it was hurting our family even more than we already are. She went on to say, this is so awful, and bad people are making it so much worse. Meanwhile, 2 county commissioners quoted printing was either taken out of context or wasn't what they said. Oh, okay, sure. And then there was a rally to support justice for Trent. Wow. See, why? Why do people have to make things? It's so sad. The things that families of victims go through. Even though he has not lost his life, he's very much a victim. And the family, they they're right there on the journey as well. I'll look and I haven't seen that he is officially out yet. I'll play this and I'm gonna go look over here real quick.
Hospital unconscious. Tonight, that teenager, Trent Lerkamp, is still in the hospital, and police are looking into reports that a group of Glenn County teenagers is behind the attack. Meanwhile, the community coming together in support of Lerkamp. WSAV's lead investigative reporter Brett Buffington is joining us live now from St. Simon's Island with what's been done to honor Trent. So, Brett, first off, how is he doing?
Tina, we've learned in the past few days that Trent is recovering well from the physical injuries, but still has a long way to go with the emotional scarring that this has caused. I did talk with his sister earlier today. She told me that they would be willing maybe to talk with us on camera sometime next week. But right now, they're still dealing with the effects of social media and posts online spreading disinformation about their family. While that's happening, police also dealing with the same thing as they're trying to continue their case here. We learned today that investigators have served a search warrant at the home here on St. Simon's Island where they believe these attacks happened. Of course, we've already learned this week that police have taken cell phones from the 9 teens and the 11 teens in 2 different instances. We know they've recovered cell phones from at least some of those teenagers involved, Tina. And of course, the family here hoping to see justice in this case. The police chief here in Glenn County saying the family is fully supporting their investigation.
Brett, any idea about when or even if we can see an arrest in this case?
So I talked with the police chief here, O'Neill Jackson, at this pier yesterday, just after we got done with the 6 o'clock news. And he told me what he certainly doesn't want to do is present a case to the DA, a case that goes to trial and then falls apart because investigators didn't do the work up front. He says his people are working on this case. They are working hard to collect information from those cell phones. But I can tell you from reporting in other cases, that does take time to get the information off the phone and be able to analyze it, if you will. They're working on that now. The police chief, I talked with him today at a luncheon, just very briefly. I asked him if there was an update, and he says, not one I can share right now.
All right, Brett Buffington, thank you. You can take a look at the police documents from Trent's attack online at wsav.com/Lerkamp.
You can talk to me.
Yeah, so no, he isn't. As far as I could see, he's not been released yet. At least according to Brett Buffington's posts and whatnot. It shows that basically no one had been arrested. That was talked about yesterday. He had 3 attacks done on him, and then people gather for the Justice for Trent rally. Lots of signs showing support. Also, a very evident increase in law enforcement. Let me show you. So this happened today. I had to get my days together and fixed, but today is Saturday, yeah? Pretty sure. So this was from a couple hours ago of people gathering to have the rally for him. And then here's another one. Another. And another. And then his other one says, background of the organizer, this rally called out Glenn County Police Department for the lack of answers and arrest. Here's part of it, apparently, right here. I'll show you. And then he put up an hour ago. I mean, it was just 50-something minutes ago, so I mean, it's exactly an hour. That the police at Glenn County told him, Brett, investigators in the case have done a follow-up interview with Trent about the attacks that he went through. But that's all it says. So I don't know. I don't know. Right? Here, this might be, let me know if any of you are sensitive to, they haven't arrested anybody. Nope. Nope. That's what this whole thing, like, why it's so infuriating. Yeah. It's, so, yeah, it's going to be a little loud.
1, 2, 3, 4. I made it up this morning. Yes, sir. Now this one says, I know. Now I don't know. You know. I know and I've been told. I know and I've been told. The cover up here is getting old. The cover up here is getting old. Until y'all give up your seats. Until y'all give up your seats. We're gonna be out here in these streets. We're gonna be out here in these streets. Sound off. 1, 2. Sound off. 3, 4. Sound off. 1, 2, 3, 4. No justice. No justice! No peace! 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 Justice for Trent! 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 I straight! I straight!
Turn your wireless on.
No peace! 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 Justice for Trent! 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 Hey y'all, everybody wave at me. Hey! No justice! No peace! 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 No justice!
I love that they came together to do this. I completely agree with Steph on that. I was thinking the same thing, and then she typed it. That is touching that they came together. It really is. I love communities that come together and they just support each other. It's just so beautiful. I love it. I love it, and I really hope that something happens. I mean, they say that they're reviewing the evidence coming from electronics, and that's what's taking time. But I mean, oh come on. I mean, we saw enough just off what they showed. It's just awful. It's awful.
No peace! No justice! No peace! No justice! No peace! We run these streets! Who run these streets? We run these streets! Turn it right on 12. Turn it right on 12.
I'm gonna get you as my GPS voice.
Nobody don't walk past 12. Justice for Trent! Justice for Trent! I know and I've been told. I know and I've been told. I know. Justice for Trent! Justice for Trent!
Oh, oh, I don't know what I just said. Do you know what I just realized? That's actually Brett out there with them. I don't know why I'm slow to the show here. I don't know, but I just realized that's not just somebody in the community that's out there filming and he shared it. That's actually him out there. I forgot what somebody recently complained about him. I don't remember, but I don't know. I think that this is it's a beautiful thing to see him out there do that. Wow. He says hundreds of people showing support for the 19-year-old, and then I can't get it to open for whatever reason here. But I'm going to share this with you. If you guys would want to watch the entire thing without me interrupting it and hang on, I don't know what's going on.
Justice for Trent!
Huh. I don't know. I couldn't make anything work. That was really weird. Everything just kind of froze on me, so I'm not really sure what happened there. But anyway, so yeah, that's some of what's going on with him. I mean, there's like, what was the other thing that they showed about him? Records showed that 2 calls from the home where the team was attacked. Okay, so some of the agents for the Georgia Bureau of Investigation in Glenn County met in an events venue next to the park where the rally is happening, right? Oh, I love it. Oh my gosh, stop it right now. That woman that was just leading that protest? Yes, Mama Moon, my computer is begging me for a restart. I'll do it. I'll do it after I end the stream. Before I do my next stream, I promise I'll restart it, and hopefully we're doing better because it's hating me bad right now. Oh, the connection here. The woman that was just running that rally is the aunt to Ahmaud Arbery. Makes sense now. I'm getting it's connecting here. So when they talked to her on Thursday, 9 days after the last attack on Trent, she wanted to know what police were doing and why none of the teenagers involved were in jail. There weren't really many questions answered. Oh, guess what? Thomas has been booked. Y'all, Thomas Sorry to bounce cases again. Okay, if I could find where I'm trying to go, that'd be cool. That would be great. Okay. Yep, so his picture is up. Actually, let me see. Yep. Yep. Let me show it to you. All right. Wow. I'm sorry, but I'm scared. I'm scared. I don't like it. Yeah, no, nope. 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 Be prepared, y'all. This is like, wow. Look at those eyes. I can't. Thomas has been booked. He is charged in the death of 2-year-old and his mother. Police say that Thomas murdered his wife, and son. And then his son's body was found in the mouth of an alligator by police. I mean, I hate it. I hate it, actually. I really do. I hate everything about that. That is so scary. That's him. Yeah. Yeah, that's him. Yep. So we officially have the photo now, that everybody's been wondering, like, what he looks like. The eyes say, yes. Yeah. That is, he scares me. Gosh, he scares me. I mean, I don't know. I don't want to be accusatory. I really don't. I'm trying not to say it, but the eyes look like, it's just scary. I don't know. I just think here it's bigger this way. It just makes me think, about both of them, and is that, that or worse, what his eyes look like when he was taking their life. And like, is that the last thing that they saw, right? It's just, oh, I hate it. Wow. No good. No good at all. Ugh. But anyway, he's booked, so there's that, right? It's the stare that he's giving, right? Yeah. Oh, me too, Steph. It doesn't look like does he get any on his face, or is let me see. Let's see. I don't see any. There might be I don't think so. I was gonna say maybe over, it's our right, but his left cheek, but I don't think so. I don't really see any marks on him. I don't know, but it's scary. Ugh. Give me the chills, but could be the weather also. Stare of death. Yeah, that's like hatred, like pure hatred. I mean, I don't know, like, yes, like death. Like, it's almost black and evil looking, and the white under the eyes is creepy. Right. Yep. Like, I just think if he's just looking at a camera and he looks like that, imagine when he's in the moment. I shouldn't even be. It's just where my mind goes, unfortunately, right? In the moment when he's angry and full-fledged wanting to end their lives. I just can't imagine that the eyes were not more frightening. Oh, I'm so thankful they have him. I'm so thankful that they were able to recover his son out of a freaking alligator's mouth. Hopefully he can go down and there can actually be a little sense of justice. I mean, as much as you can get without being able to bring them back, but something. Wow. Oh, yeah. All right. I'll post that on my community wall and I don't know, around, right? And so that way if you guys want it, you want to share it, you can. Man, that's so scary. Good grief. Let me, I'm going to give my mods a little bit of a break and then start another stream. It's what, 3:35? Yeah. And then I'll start another stream after that. What am I looking to do right now? This here. I'm going to show you guys this. This is a moment that the police find a lost 4-year-old and his dog that is wandering through the woods. So pause. Here we go. Okay. I'm going to show you this. Let me take that down. That's really, whew. Come on, computer. You got this. Yeah, there you go. All right, everybody. I appreciate you. What time? Maybe 5? Maybe 6? 5:30? Yeah, I'll give you guys at least like the hour 20. So it'll be no sooner than 5 o'clock. If that'll work for you guys, girls, ladies, women. And then we'll pop back on. I appreciate you for coming. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. We got the main information out with Noel, and then of course additional stuff because I always have additional stuff to tell you guys. But yeah, I'll keep an eye, and if anything else comes out with him, obviously, I'll definitely update you. Definitely. Alrighty, everybody, I'll play this for you. Thank you for coming. Love you all. I'll see you in a little while.
I love my shoes. Okay, we're gonna have your shoes, buddy. There we go. Oh. I love my shoes.